So maybe some underlying sense of being ready despite the relaxed buildup.
That's interesting, the contrast. Back to basics, mentally maybe, but then he shows up in an Arrow skin suit and helmet. How does that fit with the less obsessive approach?
That's a great point, a key nuance. His training might not have been hyper-dialed, but he was still pragmatic about race day. The Arrow gear shows he's willing to use real performance advantages when it matters. It's like even if you resisted those trends before, you kind of have to acknowledge they make a difference in a stacked field like Unbound. He sort of jokes about it. It's about using those marginal gains strategically, right? Not rejecting performance, just being selective.
Makes sense. So the finish against Chad Haga sounds like it was super tactical. Can you break down how he managed that win in the last few kilometers?
Right, so Haga attacks with about 5K to go, catches Lachlan a bit by surprise, but Lachlan gets back on. Then Haga goes again on a short climb near the finish, clearly trying to get away, avoid a sprint. Lachlan manages to counter that and actually opens a small gap himself.
Right.
Now here's the clever bit. Lachlan knows the finish. It's slightly downhill into the final straight, which can be deceptive. So he deliberately eases up a bit, makes it look like he's maybe struggling.
Playing possum.
Kind of. He thinks this baited Haga into launching his sprint maybe a fraction too early. Lachlan then jumps straight onto his wheel, gets the draft, and then kicks past for the win. It was pretty calculated, using course knowledge, reading his rival.
And winning this huge race, it doesn't seem to have changed his whole outlook on cycling. He's not suddenly chasing wins everywhere.
No, exactly. He seems to see Unbound more as validation, proof that his way of doing things can still get top results. But it's not suddenly his main goal. His core drive still seems rooted in those personal challenges, the inherent satisfaction of riding itself, which you see in him going back to these big solo efforts.
So if we connect these two, right, the solo Australia epic and the intense Unbound race, they seem worlds apart. What's the common thread?
Well, the contrast is stark, definitely. Solo self-reliance versus, pack tactics and competition, totally different physical stresses. And yet the thing that seems consistent is this deep, almost intrinsic connection to just riding the bike. That internal fire seems to fuel him whether he's alone in the outback or in a peloton.
And this back to basics idea we mentioned, how did that actually play out differently in each case? It wasn't the same formula, was it?
No, not at all. For the Australia lap, back to basics felt more about tapping into really fundamental stuff. Personal history, connection to place, riding for a clear purpose beyond himself, the core reasons why someone endures.
Okay.
Whereas for Unbound, back to basics seemed more about stripping away the mental clutter, less focus on constant optimization, trusting his base fitness, and maybe rediscovering some of the simple enjoyment of racing, which, ironically, seemed to unlock that peak performance.
So distilling all this down, what are the key takeaways here, the actionable bits for someone listening who wants to push their own limits, maybe in sports, maybe somewhere else?
Well, first, you really see the power of that intrinsic motivation. Why are you really doing it? That seems crucial for the extreme stuff. Second, the need for adaptability. Different challenges need different approaches, mentally and physically. And third, maybe the most counterintuitive point, is that sometimes a less obsessive, more intuitive approach might actually be more effective than just grinding away at optimization all the time. Even in these really data-heavy pursuits, those fundamentals matter hugely.